Good afternoon, and this afternoon my guest is Dr. Nigma Talib. Nigma is a very celebrated naturopath doctor who has worked all over the world, and she has practiced in London. She has just had a new book come out, Reverse the Signs of Aging. Fantastic book, Nigma. Thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you?
I'm really well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Okay, yeah, well, it's a great honour and a pleasure, and it looks an amazing book, and how long did it take for you to write this book?
Well, it took me 9 months. It was just
like a baby.
It was like having a baby. I took time off work, and, I really put, I tried to make it as though I was talking to a patient when I was writing the book. So it was actually easier than I thought, because I'm not a writer. I just pretended I was speaking to a patient, and it made it so much easier.
Yeah, it has a great tone to it, and it is very kind of personable, and you really feel like someone is reaching out to you. So that's a great method, and it's also excellent that you have a picture of you on the cover of your book, which is very brave, but you look beautiful. So I guess you are a great sign for what you do. Now, how did they suggest that? Did you suggest that, or how did that come about, Nigma?
Well, it was a good question, because we were debating between putting a flower on the front or a picture of me, and I hadn't even thought about putting a picture of me on the front page. It was actually a patient of mine that said to me, you have to be on the front of the book. And I thought, really? And, and then all my patients were giving me feedback, and they're like, no, you need to be on the front. And so we came up with, I said, okay, if that's what you think, then that's what I'll do. And then Random House agreed, and they put me on the front. And we went through this photo shoot, and I guess they picked out the best picture. And it was a bit overwhelming, because, of course, you see yourself on the cover of a book, and you're just like, gosh, that's odd. Why am I on the front? And then I think, well, it is my book, and it is, something that I've written for patients. And I wanted to write this book because for those people that aren't able to come and see me, I wanted to send a message to people and give them some information and some tools they can use to have a treatment in their own home. And so if there's a picture of me on the front, then they can visualize me talking to them.
Yeah, excellent. Well, you look great, and it's all about health and well-being. So what better thing than to have a picture of you there. Nigma, you look very young in the photo. I've seen other photos of you as well. May I ask kind of roughly of what age bracket you are in, or would that be telling too much, since this book is all about Reverse the Sign of Aging?
I don't mind at all. I'm 43, and
wow.
Time has gone by really fast, and I remember starting to incorporate a lot of these things into my life when I hit my 30s. And, this is why I think this book is really good, because it can be for all ages. I had a really adorable patient come in yesterday, and she was 28, and she said, you know what, Dr. Nigma, I love this book, and I'm passing it to all my different family members of different ages, because it's really good for anyone at any age, starting from your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s and 60s and onwards, because whatever you do in your 20s is going to affect you in your 30s.
Yeah.
On and on and on.
Absolutely. I've heard also that some says that how kind you've been will show on your face. I don't know. Have you heard that one?
Sorry, of what?
How kind you have been in your life will show on your face.
Yes, absolutely. How kind you've been, what you've eaten.
Sure.
Everything shows up on your face. Absolutely.
Okay. And you've worked with some incredible people. You have quotes from Sienna Miller on the front. And I've heard also you've worked with many kind of movie stars, Penelope Cruz, and lots of people like that. Would you say there's one thing that kind of unifies all women and their quest for having better skin and better physique? What is your best advice to everyone?
You know what? I think what is coming across is people are realizing whatever you do to your gut is going going to have an impact on your skin texture, on the way your skin, whether it sags or whether it's firm. It is now becoming more and more very apparent that you have to take care of your gut, and you have to, be cognizant of the fact that, okay, I may be aging, I may be having poor digestion, and that's what's affecting my skin. So the more you start to look at skin as an inside job, so to speak, the more you'll realize, the more results you'll get, and whatever products you're putting on your skin are going to work much better when you take care of the inside.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And I love your book, Nigma, because it doesn't say that everything is bad. Some things that maybe have it in smaller doses. I like the fact that you recommend coffee as well, because some people are a bit anti-coffee. And yeah, and how about like alcohol? Are you completely against that, or in small amounts, or what's your view on that?
I think, for starters, everybody tolerates alcohol differently. And what I did was I just made a mention of how wine affects, the digestion. It is, basically fermented sugar. So it's very hard on the gut. I think choose your poisons wisely. And if you're going to drink alcohol, try to limit the amount that you drink, and obviously hydration, and make sure you're topping up on your B vitamins. But, it becomes a habit like anything else. So it's something to be aware of when you're overdoing it. And we can all fall into that trap, when it's Christmas time or after New Year's, during the Christmas holidays, probably people were indulging more. And I kept hearing it from all my patients saying, gosh, this Christmas month, I've just been overindulging in more than I normally do. So as long as you're aware of it, and as long as you make the changes.
Yeah, well, that's good advice. And Nigma, how did it come about for you to write the book? Did you propose the subject, or did the publisher come to you, or what happened?
Yeah, it was really interesting. I kept waking up every morning, and my patients used to say to me, you really should write a book. This is like really interesting information. I said, I know it's on my to-do list. And you know how we all have a to-do list. And it just never went. I never did anything about it, never reached out to anyone, but I always wrote it down. And I got an email from Penguin Random House, and they said, look, we've been, watching your profile, and we've heard about you, and we'd love you to write a book. And I was just so taken back. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. That's exactly what I want to do. I was in the process of, making a list every day saying I need to contact publishing houses. And here you reached out to me very randomly. So I was really thrilled. And, they said, what would you like to write about? And I told them, I gave them a proposal, and within a week we had a book deal.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on that. It's really good. And so, will you have another book coming up soon, or what's the plans for you for 2016? It's a big year now that we are onto it. What's on your agenda, Nigma?
So, I'm doing some really exciting things right now, and I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm putting together a plant stem cell mask rich with hyaluronic acid, which is your skin's natural plumper. And I wanted to make this mask because, I travel quite a bit, and a lot of my patients travel a lot, and I wanted to make something that I could put on my face before and after my travels. I could use at home if I was, as we know, that the temperature changes can really affect the skin and dry out the skin, and that obviously causes premature aging. So I'm working on a gorgeous stem cell mask that is being made in Switzerland as we speak, and I'm really looking forward to that coming out next year.
Excellent.
I've also come out with a probiotic called Healthy Flora, which will be out in Whole Foods in late January.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting to me too, because I've always wanted to formulate the perfect probiotic, and that supports the gut and the skin.
Excellent. And Nigma, how you've been working for a long time as a naturopath and in holistic health. How did you first get into this? What inspired you to start working in this area?
I was 12 years old. I remember this day so clearly, and I had such bad digestive problems. My dad had taken me to every gastroenterologist. No one could figure out why I was feeling so ill. And of course, my dad, he's so good at researching. He's like, look, naturopathic medicine is supposed to be amazing. I've really found a great doctor I'm going to take you to, and it's really close to our house. Let's go. And he booked an appointment for me, and I saw this amazing naturopathic doctor named Kelly Farnsworth. This was in Vancouver, and I saw this naturopathic doctor, and he literally changed my life by changing what I ate, assessing my digestion, how I was digesting, how I was absorbing, ran some tests on me that the conventional GP didn't do. And lo and behold, all my digestive issues went away. I was feeling really, really good, really happy. As we know, your digestion and your gut is where all your serotonin receptors are, your feel-good hormones. I started to feel really perky, really happy, really healthy. And I thought, this is what I want to go into. I wanted to go into a type of medicine that actually can change people's lives without causing side effects.
Incredible. Well done. That is so brilliant to hear about that and how it all came out. And do your parents work in medicine at all, or what kind of field do they work in, Nigma?
Yeah, they don't work in medicine. My dad is a computer scientist, and he creates software. And my mom is an entrepreneur. So
excellent.
They're not in this.
Yeah.
We do have like a chain of uncles and aunts that are physicians.
Yeah. Great. And you're now based in London, but you're originally from Canada. Is that right?
That's correct, from Vancouver, Canada.
Okay. And do you miss much of Canada when you're in London, or is it the other way around? When you're there, you miss London?
You know what? Being in London has really, it's such an amazing city. And, once you live in London, you get pulled in. And, I do love Vancouver, and I miss a lot of my friends, and I've had a long-standing relationship with my patients in Vancouver, but I do love it here. I find, I feel very at home in London, and, it is my home at the moment. I will be traveling a lot to the U.S., but, I do miss, like California, miss the sunshine, but, London is, how can you get tired of London?
Exactly. Tired of London, tired of life. Well, Nigma Talib, thank you so much for coming on the show. If people would like to find out more about Nigma, her book is out, is published by Vermilion, and you do have your website. And how can people find out more? Where's the best place to find out about you, Nigma?
They can go on my website. It's Reverse the Signs of Aging. healthydoc.com, and the book is Reverse the Signs of Aging.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so very much, and I do hope you can come on the show again soon. And I'm sure it's going to be a great new year. Thank you.